Recording in progress.
Right. Okay, Lamai. Good morning, everyone. Alana, Itna.
Good good morning, sir.
Okay. Right. Shall we start, Lamai?
Okay,
Good
sir.
morning.
I think after 2 weeks, no, 1 week, 1 week. Right. Okay. Uh, let's start with subsidy part. Uh, I did an introduction part last day and some questions, 1 or 2 questions we completely done. And today I'm going to focus on past paper questions from subsidies now. Right? Past paper questions, how past paper questions have been tested, and what are the main areas that you have to improve on. Okay, right. Alan, did you watch recordings?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Right, shall we start with 2007 A-level paper? Right, let's start, Lamai. I'll give you 5 minutes. Right, listen, Lamai. Press question is asking you to calculate what are the equilibrium price and quantity in the rice market. How many marks given? 2 marks given. Kalana, do we have to derive demand and supply equation or not?
No.
Is it, I mean, compulsory to derive demand and supply equation?
No.
Huh?
No.
No. If no, is it necessary to derive demand and supply equation to calculate equilibrium price and quantity? No. Look at the diagram. No need Lama because 2 marks given. Yeah, you can use demand and supply equation, but it make more time. Okay, the Lama. Is there any simple method? Alana, what can we do? How to calculate equilibrium price and quantity without deriving demand and supply equation? Simple, Lama. It's simple. Alana,
Find the point where demand and quantity supply are both
yes,
equal.
yes, very good. Look at the table. Yeah, put the equilibrium mean it's place where listen. It's place where price at which demand and supply are being equal. And you can see Puta, yes, at price 40, both demand and supply are equal. This is the equilibrium point. Okay, the lamai. So equilibrium price should be 40 rupees, quantity should be again 40 units. No need the equations at all for price. You can use lamai, but just the wasting time. Yes. Okay, the lamai. Right. Dipna, are you there? Can you hear me, Buddha?
Now, okay, sir.
Now okay, right. First question, what are the equilibrium price and quantity in the rice market? 2 marks. Equilibrium price is for no need to derive demand and supply equations. Don't waste your time. Okay, right. Okay, Lama, this is answer for first question. Okay, the Lama. Equilibrium part A or part A? First part. First part. Equilibrium price. Equilibrium price. Lama rupees 40. Not just 40 rupees 40. Equilibrium quantity. Equilibrium quantity. How many units? 40 units. 40. This is the answer for first question, Puta. Equilibrium price is given 1 mark. Equilibrium quantity with units given 1 mark. Okay, this is the answer for first question. Right, what about second one? Right, second one, second question. Right, this is equilibrium situation, Lamai, this point. Price 40. This is the market equilibrium situation. If you want, you can highlight the row. Right, this is market equilibrium. Market equilibrium situation. Okay, the Lamai. Then second question, if a subsidy of 20 per kilo is no full stop is introduced, what would be the new equilibrium price and quantity in the market? Draw a diagram to explain your answer 4 marks now. No need to derive demand and supply equations now. If you draw a diagram properly, you can see the okay the lamai. So remember, it's not necessarily right. I mean, not compulsory to derive demand and supply equations every time. It depends on the question, lamai. Right? Okay. Shall we do it? Second part. Hurry up, lamai. Draw the demand and supply curve. Original one. Use your table given. Then put us 20 rupees subsidy is given. What happens after subsidy is given? Your market supply curve shifts to the right side by the amount of unit subsidy. Here, unit subsidy 20 rupees. It means your original market supply curve shifts to the right side by 20 rupees. Okay, right. Draw press the two curves, demand, original demand and supply curves. Yeah, then you can Mark with the price axis 10 by 10, quantity axis 20 by 20, but minus values there. Okay. Then you can decide the scale with the maximum and minimum points. Right. First question done. Second one. Right. This is answer for second part. Diagram. Price. Price. How much the maximum for the value with the 10? 70. 60. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and quantity goes by 20 by 20, right? 20. Maximum value plus 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, and 100. Minus 20 and minus 40. Other minus. This is quantity axis, price axis. Okay, Dalamai. Now, mark points are my points given. Price 0, quantity demand 120. At price 10, demand lamai 100. A few points enough, no need to mark all. Other one is equilibrium point at price 40, demand also 40 here. Price 60, demand is 0. What demand? supply curve minus 40 minus at price 10 minus 20 here. Then put our minimum supply price is your equilibrium price 40 equilibrium quantity. This is the original market equilibrium situation. Kalana, Dipna, are you okay with?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Dipna?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, Nilamai. Right. Put the label axis properly. Price axis, quantity axis, demand curve, supply curve, equilibrium. Right. This is not the answer for second question. Second question is asking that yes, if 20 rupees subsidy is given, Dipna, if subsidy is unit subsidy is given, what happens to your supply curve, market supply curve? Shifts to the right side. Okay, Nilamai. Remember demand curve remains unchanged, right? No any impact on the demand curve, constant. Same demand curve, only supply curve changes in your level, right? Uh, yeah, then Lamai, if subsidy is given, you know, the points on the supply curve moving downward by 20 rupees, right? Here, example, red one, is it? Right, then put that this price decreases by 20 rupees. Then 20 goes downward by 20 rupees. In how much the new point, Lamai? It should be 0. This point also goes down, Lamai. Here, 40 rupees decreases by another 20 rupees. Then new price should be, okay, Lamai. Every point, example, if you have mark a point here, okay, Lamai. Let's say every point decreases by 20 rupees. Every point goes down by 20 rupees. Then you can connect these points together. This is your new supply curve. Okay, put this arrow that shows the direction. Right? Kalana, are you okay with this?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Dipna?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Every point, Laman, right? The previous supply, original supply curve shifts downward by 20 rupees. Gap should be 20 rupees. That equals the amount of unit subsidy. And also, remember, Lamai, the two curves must be parallel, Lamai. My diagram, it might parallel, it should be parallel. Okay, the Lamai. Okay. Then Buddha, you can no need the equations. You can decide. You can see the new equilibrium price and quantity. Can you mark new equilibrium price? If you draw the diagram properly, how much equilibrium price, Lamai? Huh? 20? No, 30. This point, right? New equilibrium price is 30 rupees. Quantity, then you can see Buddha, equilibrium price decreases while equilibrium quantity increases. Any doubt? Here, Buddha, no need equation. That is the important point. You can derive equations and you can do the same question, but takes more time. Why do we waste more time? No, the simple method is available. Okay, the Lamai. Right. Third one. Alana, Dipna, shall we move on, Buddha? Are you okay with this?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Then Buddha, write down the answer for second question. They ask the new equilibrium. No. Sorry. No, second part, second question. What would be the new equilibrium price and quantity? Write down new equilibrium price after subsidy. New equilibrium price. How much, Buddha? Rupees 30 rupees. New equilibrium quantity 60 units. New equilibrium quantity equal E. Clear the line. Right. Third one. What is the total cost of the subsidy to the government, Lamai? 4 marks. I don't think, Lamai, after 2019, right, students will be given 4 marks for calculating government cost on subsidy, right? Because 4 marks, Lamai, it's too much. Okay, this is a small calculation, but 4 marks have been given. Too much. I think because this 2000, how many years back, Lamai? 13, 13, 9, 9, 20. But same subsidy hasn't changed. Same theory. Syllabus, yes, of course, it has changed. The don't say like, sir, this is out of syllabus. Subsidy means subsidy now, right? That's same thing, right? What is the total cost of the subsidy to government? Dipna, how to calculate government cost? How much does government have to spend on subsidy?
Unit subsidy into equilibrium quantity.
New equilibrium quantity. Yes, the government has promised to pay 20 rupees per unit. 20 rupees per unit. If 1 unit is produced, Lamai, the producer should be given 20 rupees. If 2 units are produced, producer should be given 20 into 2. Which means, sorry, to get the point. If 1 unit is produced, how much the subsidy cost for the government? 20 rupees, Lamai. If 2 units are produced, government has promised to pay, yes, 20 for every unit, right? So 20 into, sorry, 2 into 20, how much? 40. If producers produce 3 units, Lamai, the cost would have been 60. But now, after the subsidy, 60 units are being exchanged in the market. So producer should be given subsidy, 20 rupees subsidy for 60 units, Lamai. Kalana, how much the government cost?
1,200.
1,200. Write down the equation, Lamai. Cost. What is the question? Cost of subsidy. Third part. Cost of subsidy equals unit subsidy into equilibrium quantity after subsidy. Okay, the Lamai. Unit subsidy 20 rupees into quantity 60 units, Lamai. Total cost should be rupees, rupees 1,000. Okay, the Lamai. But if 4 marks are given, equations required. Right, equation, then substitution part and final answer. Okay, 4 marks. Okay, the Lamai. Any doubt, Kalana, Deepna?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
No, right. Next one, last part. What is the price received by? No, no, no. C. Oh, sorry. Sorry. estimate the producer surplus after the subsidy. Estimate the value of producer surplus lamai. What is mean by producer surplus? Producer, how does the benefit come lamai? Produce the difference between the price that producer actually receives and the minimum expectation of producer, right? Producer expects something, the low price from market, but he receives more than expectation. That difference is called producer surplus lamai. After the subsidy, lamai, remember, producers are getting not 30 rupees, how much per unit? 50. Yes, because consumer is paying PB. Consumer is paying 30 rupees, that equilibrium price, plus the producer gets another 20 rupees from government. Then total Pudha 20 plus, 30 plus 20 should be 50. Pudha, this is the price that we need to consider when calculating producer surplus, because producer actually receives 50 rupees from the market after the subsidy. Okay, the lamai. Right, then 50 minus, can you mark that price on the diagram? This is the price. This is the price. Okay, the lamai. This is called actual price received by producer, PS. Alana, Dipna?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Mark the actual price received by, show the equilibrium actual price received by producer after the subsidy. Okay. Yes. Right. Subsidy. Then producer, producer surplus. Producer surplus equals after subsidy. How to calculate producer surplus lamai? Actual price received by producer, PS minus. No, that is okay. PS minus minimum supply price. Minimum supply price into equilibrium quantity after subsidy. Subsidy divided by, right, how much actual price received by producer after subsidy lamai? 50 minus Buddha. Here we need to consider original minimum supply price. How much? Original minimum supply price 20 rupees, right? 20 rupees into new equilibrium quantity 60 units divide by, okay, the lamai 130, 30 into 30. How much lamai? 900 is 900 rupees. No, yeah, 900. And can you shade the area of producer surplus on the diagram? Area of producer surplus. Area of producer surplus, Putta. This is the area of producer surplus. This is the area of producer surplus after subsidy. 50 minus 20. එතකොට මේ distance එක ළමයි. multiplied by 60. The distance divided by 2 ගැන මේ try. Okay ද ළමයි? කලන ලිප්නා?
Okay, sir.
Right. But you can do 2022 A level paper. I'm not going to help. Okay, let's do how many past papers put up? Second paper questions? 2, 1, or 2? 1. No, not MCQ. 2. 2020. Only one, right? 2021. 2022. Okay. Right. Let's do it, lamai. Hurry up, huh? Kalana Deepna, can you send me answers? Puda, I'll give you 10 minutes. How many marks? Total 2, 5, 8. QD given, QS given. Find the equilibrium price and quantity of the product. Kalana Deepna, send me your answers. I don't care your mistakes, lamai. Make mistakes. Kalana, okay?
Sir, give me a little time.
Ipna, which part are you doing right now? B, C? Sudha, that B and C should be combined question, right? B doesn't make sense alone. It's not the question. The C is the question. Raju. Ipna, which question are you doing right now? Yes. Ipna, aren't you there? Ipna. Yeah, Kalana, very good. Issue, no issue, complete. Perfect. You can move into MCQs also, Buddha. There are two MCQs, two or three. How was your double AD exam?
It was okay, sir.
Did you have a term test as well? It's school term test?
Yeah, sir. After double AT, sir, the next
How
week I
was
had,
that?
sir. It was all
Huh?
right, sir. It was okay, sir.
It was
I
okay.
managed it. I managed to
Mhm.
do it.
Marks given? No,
Not yet, sir.
not yet. How many questions are in the paper? Second paper? Three?
Three, yeah, sir. Three, sir.
If you don't mind, can you send me the paper? If you not now, later on.
So I do not have the paper.
Huh?
Uh, I do not have the paper. They said
Ah,
that
they
you,
got paper. They
yeah.
take the paper. Ah, okay, okay. On the right. Okay. Dipna, Uda, are you okay with this question? Hi there. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Which question are you doing right now? Completed? Done?
Last one, sir.
Last one. Send me a photo.
Excuse me, sir. You are muted.
Right. Sorry. Mm, Deepna, are you okay, Buddha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you get same answers? I was expecting. Right. This is the supply equation after subsidy. This is a new equilibrium. The sorry, the price paid by consumer or buyer means new equilibrium price, right? Uh, this is the price paid by buyer after the subsidy. Now, last question is asking you to calculate how much, yes, does producer receive after the subsidy, Buddha? 135 is paid by consumer, other 15 rupees coming from government, then all together, Buddha, if producer sells 1 unit, he gets or receives how much? 150. 135 plus 150. Okay, Buddha. Right. Part C, B, C. Should be C, I think. Okay. Okay, Dalaman. Then not producer surplus, actual price received by producer. Same thing. Can you read the question? Supply, then you can say price received by supply. Or PS mean price received by supply equals with the PB plus S. PB means the price paid by consumer after subsidy. You have already calculated 135, 15 rupees from government, then 15, yes, then all together 100 is called actual price paid received by producer. Simple, Lama, 8 marks. Any doubt, Alana, Deepna?
No doubt, sir.
No, sir.
Good. Yeah, yes, Deepna, good. Calculations are done. Perfect. Right, Putha, can you give a try for MCQs? There are 2 MCQs. Alama, you can't do 2019 A-level MCQ paper question because it's from next part, next lesson. I mean, how the subsidy, the incident or advantage of subsidy is distributed among consumers and producers. I'll do that lesson on Wednesday revision class. 2015, Lama. The graph shows the demand and supply curves in a competitive market for an agricultural commodity. Government wants to promote production of this commodity and decides to pay producers a subsidy of 2 unit that they produce, consumer surplus after the subsidies. 2000. This one. Okay, let's do it, Buddha. Alana, what is the answer, Buddha? Kadipna? Alana?
I didn't do that yet, sir. I was thinking
Huh?
about the first. I didn't do that yet, sir. I was thinking about the first
Ah,
question.
pressed one. Okay, right. Skip the pressed one, Buddha. It's from the distribution part. Don't worry. I'll do it. Right. The graph shows demand and supply curves in a competitive market for an agricultural commodity. Demand given, supply given. The government wants, Buddha, don't derive demand and supply equations. No, no, no. Try to get the answer from the diagram. Okay, can, but it's no need, Lama, right? Government wants to promote production of this commodity and decides to pay producer subsidy. As I told you very first day when I started subsidy, main purpose of subsidy is to encourage the production, Lama, promote production of this commodity and decides to pay producer subsidy 2 per unit. It's mean unit subsidy. They produce the consumer surplus after the subsidies. Then what happens to your supply curve, Lama? Shifts to right side by the amount of unit subsidy. How much? 2 rupees. Mean your supply curve comes down by 2 rupees. Mean Buddha, here the starting point should be 0. Right? Because 2 minus 2. Example, Buddha, another point. How much the price? No, 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 no. 3 minus 2. It's mean new price should be 1. Every point comes down. Right? Here, Buddha, the price is 4 rupees. 40 units are applied at price 4. Then this price decreases by amount of unit subsidy. Then 4 minus 2 mean 2 rupees. This price comes here. Okay, this is your new supply. Okay, right. Then calculate the new equilibrium price and quantity. How much new equilibrium price? The new equilibrium price is 3 rupees. New equilibrium quantity 60. Kalana, Dipna, are you okay with this? No issues?
No issues, sir.
No. Dipna?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Uda equations ganne paparade. Type. Now they ask the consumer surplus. How to calculate consumer surplus, Lama? Huh? Consumer surplus? Consumer surplus? The maximum price that consumers are willing to pay. How much? 6. 6 minus how much? 6 minus the actual price paid by consumer after the subsidy, 3 rupees, into the number of units actually purchased by consumers, 60. This is triangle, Lamai, divided by okay, the Lamai. How much the value? 130, 30 into 3. Any answer? This is the answer. Okay, the Lamai. So that this distance shows the consumer surplus after the subsidy. If you want, you can state the Hipna, Alana. Are you okay with this, Puta? Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Right. Hipna.
Done.
Done. Okay. So that these are the second paper questions and MCQ questions from subsidy part. Shall we do that? Give me 1 minute. Uh, look at your page number. My page number. Welfare effect of a subsidy, page number 35. Welfare effect of a subsidy, page number 35. Okay, Dalamai. Right. I'm going to give you a diagram, graph, perfect diagram, comprehensive diagram, including everything. Okay, Dalamai. Based on that diagram, we have to complete the table. Okay, Dalamai. Right. This is the graph. Can you write down this diagram on the page 30, 30, 35? There's a box. In the box, Lama, you can draw this diagram as it is, Lama. Don't make any single change, mistake. And also, my diagram and your diagram should be equal. Okay, the Lama. Right. Right. This is the diagram. Price, quantity, 0, demand curve, supply curve. This is original equilibrium price and quantity. I'll say equilibrium price P1 and quantity Q1. Now, the subsidy, unit subsidy is given by the government. Causing your supply curve to shift to the right side by the amount of unit subsidy. Right, your supply curve shifts to the right to arrow this side. Okay, the Lamai. Then this is the new equilibrium price and quantity. I say P0 and Q2. Equilibrium price falls and quantity increases. Now, what is this price? What is this? Actual price received by producer, so supplier after subsidy. Let's see. Okay, the Lamai. Right. Right. Then to the letters. I want you to answer in letters. A, B, C, D. Right. Yellow color. Is it okay, Buddha? Right. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, the lamai. Right. You can draw it. Page number 35, there's a box and table. In the box, Buddha, you need to draw this diagram. I want you to draw this diagram on the box given. Then, based on this diagram, you have to fill, right? I want you to fill the table given below the diagram. Consumer surplus, not in number, letters, Lamai. What are the letters showing consumer surplus, right? What are the letters covering or showing reducer surplus? Government expenditure or spending on subsidy, right? Everything. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Alana Deepna, let me know once you are done. Table, I'm talking, not the table, the diagram. After drawing, let me know.
Okay, sir.
Deepna?
Okay, sir.
Right. You will try to complete the table, Puta? Right. Right. What is a press row? Yeah. Before subsidy. Okay, the Lamai. Pressed one before subsidy. before subsidy, after subsidy, and change. What are the press point parts? Press point like consumer surplus. Right. Yeah. Consumer surplus. Let's talk about consumer surplus. No, producer surplus. Then, oh, it should be not government tax income. It should be government expenditure. Sorry. Government expenditure on subsidy. And final one is total surplus. Halana is whiteboard here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, it's like blur, blur. Ah, now, Buddha, somewhat okay, right?
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, right. Consumer surplus. Right. Look at the Buddha. What are the letters showing consumer surplus before the subsidy? Consumer surplus before subsidy. Maximum demand price minus original equilibrium price. P. Original equilibrium price. P. Nathan, original equilibrium price. P1. It means this distance minus this price into original equilibrium quantity Q1. What are the letters showing consumer surplus, Lamai? A and B. Alana, is it clear for you? This is the triangle shows the consumer surplus before subsidy. What are the letters, Lama? A and B. Write down. Before subsidy, Lama, consumer surplus A, comma B. Producer surplus. Dipna, producer surplus before subsidy.
C and D.
Equilibrium price minus, yes, Pudha, what are the letters?
C and D.
D and D and what is other one?
C and D.
C and D, good. Right, this point. This triangle shows the producer surplus, right? C and D. C and D. Okay, sorry, C and D. C and D. Right, next one. Next one, Lamai. Government expenditure. Before subsidy, Lamai, is there any expenditure? No, Lamai, with them before subsidy, there's no expenditure on subsidy, right? Then for the economic surplus. Economic surplus means economic surplus equals consumer surplus, producer surplus, government expenditure, but now no government expenditure. A, B, C, and D. These are the letters indicate economic surplus after subsidy, right? Sorry, before subsidy. After the subsidy, consumer surplus. After subsidy, consumer surplus. This is the price that consumers are willing to pay maximum minus new equilibrium price. New equilibrium price means P naught. This distance multiplied by this distance multiplied by new equilibrium quantity number. Yeah, Q2. This distance multiplied by this distance divided by 2 means to that this triangle. What are the letters naman? A, B, C, F. Kalana, Dipna, are you okay, Buddha?
Okay, sir.
Dipna?
Okay, sir.
Yes. A, I'll use another color. Right. Buddha, what are the letters? A, B, C, E, F. These are the letters showing consumer surplus after subsidy. Buddha, producer surplus after subsidy. Producer surplus after subsidy. Actual price received by producer. This price. This price minus original equilibrium price. This distance, yes, multiplied by Q2 quantity. Divide by 2 means this triangle. B, C, D, and G. Kalana, Dipna?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Tell me letters for the B, B, C, D, and okay, the Lamai. Government expenditure. Now there's government expenditure. Now there's government expenditure. Which part shows the government expenditure, Lamai? It's not triangle, Lamai. It should be rectangle because unit subsidy into new equilibrium quantity. Unit subsidy means this distance multiplied by new equilibrium quantity. This. What are the letters, Lamai? B, C, D, E, B, C, E, F, H. Correct. Right. Tell me, Lamai. B, sorry. B, C, E, F, G. Only G, right? No H. B, C, E, F, G. Okay, Lamai. Right? Right. Now, can you compare with the before subsidy and after subsidy? Why? Before subsidy and after subsidy. Consumer surplus, Dipna. Before subsidy, only A and B letters. Now, A, B, C, E, F. How many? 5 Buddha. Then what happened to consumer surplus? Kalana, has it increased or decreased due to subsidy?
Increased.
Increased Buddha. What is the difference? What are the, difference coming? Right. What are the letters, Lama? I mean, the additional letters, the letters added to, yes, C, E, and F. Buddha, plus or minus? Plus. because consumers have obtained additionally these 3 letters. Okay, the lamai. It clearly shows that consumer surplus increases due to subsidy. Okay, the lamai. Right. Producer surplus. This one. Yes, lamai. For the government cost puta, it should be there. Sorry, H should be there. H is there. Then a government expenditure, H also there. Okay, the lamai. Right. Then what happens to producer surplus, lamai? Increased? Yes. What are the letters, lamai? B, B, G. G. Plus or minus, lamai? Plus, because producer surplus also has increased from letters B and G. Government expenditure. Yes, or the entire part becomes the difference, right? B, C, E, F, G, and H. It's a minus, lamai, because government has a cost now. Clear the lamai? Right. Then Pudha, listen very carefully. This part is really important. Pudha, B is a cost for the government. Do you agree? Yes, because minus. But you can see, Pudha, this cost that government has spent, okay, the lamai, becomes an advantage for which party? Producer. B is a cost for the government, but benefit for the producer, lamai. So, when it comes to, I mean, from entire economic perspective point of view, we can cancel Pudha, because if you calculate economic surplus Pudha, right? In a one, if you take economy as a whole, right? Entire economy, from entire economic perspective point of view, government, okay, the lamai. B is a cost for the government, but revenue, sorry, the benefit for the producer. Okay, the lamai. Can cancel it off. Okay, Balam. C, yes, is a cost of the government. Then you can say, Buddha, this cost that government has incurred has gone to consume as a benefit, lamai, right? Okay, the lamai. What about E? E is the part of cost of the government, but that cost has gone to consume as a benefit, lamai, right? As the entire economy, lamai, no benefit actually. I mean, cancel off. Right? What about F? FG is a part of it. Then you can see Putta, government has spent something under the letter H, but that part hasn't gone to even producer, consumer. It's me, Putta. This is called dead weight loss or loss in economics. Kalana, are you okay with this?
Okay, sir.
Okay, the Buddha, right? This letter H, it should be minus H for the economic surplus has decreased in letter H. This is called dead weight loss. But if you want, you can complete this one also. Okay, then there are so many letters coming, right? But producer surplus, consumer surplus minus government cost. Okay, the lamai. This is called loss in economic surplus. Loss in economic surplus. Loss in economic. ළමයි මේක clear ද මේ බලන්න. දැන් part B එක government එකට cost එකක් නේ ළමයි. හැබැයි ඒක අවුලක් නෑ. ඒ government එක spend කරාට ඒක තව party එකකට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා ළමයි. advance. ඒතකොට economic whole economic එකේ පැත්තෙන් බැලුවට පස්සේ අවුලක් නෑ. කවුරු ගාව හරි තියෙනවනේ government එකට නැති වුණාට ඒක කවුරු ගාව හරි ඉතිරි වෙලා ළමයි. සීත් එහෙමයි. government එකට spend එකක් expenditure එකක් හැබැයි ඒක ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා. අවුලක් නෑ. economy එක විදිහට ගත්තාට පස්සේ අවුලක් නෑ. සාදා ගන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි H එක government එක spend කළා මේ tax payers ලගේ money ලවයි. government එක spend කළා ඒක producer ට ගියා නම් අවුලක් නැහැ ළමයි. ගිහිල්ලා නැහනේ. consumer ට ගියා නම් ඒත් අවුලක් නැහැ. අපිට හිතා කමන්නේ මම spend කරපු එක තව කාට හරි benefit එකක්. තේරෙනවද මම කියන්නේ? හැබැයි H ළමයි ගියපු දිහාක් නැහැ. government එකටත් නැහැ. consumer ටත් නැහැ. producer ටත් නැහැ. ඔකට කියනවා inefficiency in subsidy law. The given subsidy. Finally, Buddha, the giving subsidy makes resource allocation inefficient. Inefficient. Then what is the final conclusion, Lamai? Yeah, giving subsidy is good because equilibrium price falls, consumer surplus increases, producer surplus increases. But Buddha, from the economic point of view, entire economic point of view, Lamai, the giving subsidy makes a loss to the economy, which is shown by that loss is shown by loss in economic. Clear the lamai. මේකේ අර logic එක තමයි ළමයි consumer surplus increase වෙනවා පොඩක් අහගන්න. consumer surplus increase වෙනවා, producer surplus increase වෙනවා, equilibrium price decrease වෙනවා, equilibrium quantity එක increase වෙනවා. ඔය මොකක් වුණත් ළමයි ඔය හැම එකක්ම කරන්නේ government එක ලොකු cost එකක් යාට යනවා. ඒ cost එක ආයේ කොහෙන්ද cover කරන්නේ? tax වලින්. clear. එතකොට cost එකයි benefit එකයි compare කරාට පස්සේ ළමයි cost එක වැඩි. clear? That is called dead weight. clear? Kalana, Dipna.
Clear, sir.
Clear,
Okay, nේද
sir.
ළමයි? Right. Uh, right. Then Puda, look, go to the diagram and shade this area. Is this triangle? More color left. This one. Right. Right. Puda, this the area, this triangle shows the dead weight loss. Can you shade the area with the dead weight? Alan, can you shade this area? This is called dead weight. Okay, Dalamai. Then Kuda, remember, if you're asked to calculate loss in economic surplus, no need to calculate all, consumer surplus, economic surplus before subsidy and after subsidy. You can straight away calculate the area of this triangle. Lamai. So we can say, Kuda, you can calculate, write down, this is called loss in, write down, loss in the economic surplus. Loss in economic surplus. Listen, Lamai. You can calculate this value using this equation. Lamai, what is the equation? How to calculate area of this triangle? Yeah, half is being divided by 2 into base. This. What is this, Buddha? How much this? It is the vertical distance between two supply curves equals unit subsidy. Right? So, equals unit subsidy into, then we have to take this distance, right? Okay, this distance mean my difference between Q1 and Q2. Then you can say Buddha, difference between new equilibrium quantity and old equilibrium quantity, or you can say the original, or difference between two equilibrium quantities, right? Unit subsidy into Q1 minus Q0 divided by. Buddha, you can use this equation when calculating loss in economic surplus straight away. No need to calculate all calculation as we did last week. Are you okay with this? Kalana, Dipna?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Clear the
sir.
Buddha? Right. Right. Then lamai 1 minute. This part is over. This part is over. Then in the subsidy part, there's a small part left, but it's not actually small number. It will take more than the dotted line. Eh? Right. Wait. After the table, okay, the lamai, there's a dotted line. Can you write down this small note? After the table, here the total economic surplus decreases by letter H. Okay, the lamai. Put a star mark and write down. Economic surplus has decreased. Economic surplus has decreased by, you can say putta letter is by H. Letter H. Okay, the Buddha, which shows loss in economic surplus. Loss in economic surplus due to the unit subsidy. Okay, the lamai. Alana? No issue.
No issues.
Uh, 2020. Give me 1 minute, lamai. Right. Lamai, do this question as homework. Write this down. Okay, the lamai. Write this question. This is 2020 A level. Write down, lamai. Look at lamai. This is not a calculation, just theory question. Why does a producer subsidy create a loss in economic surplus? A loss in economic surplus. Loss in economic surplus. Loss in economic surplus. Loss in economic surplus. Illustrate your answer. Illustrate your answer. Illustrate your answer using an appropriate diagram. Okay, the lamai. Appropriate diagram for marks. Why does a producer subsidy create a loss in economic surplus? Uda, what is the main? You had to explain that with the diagram. Why does producers subsidy create a loss in economic surplus? Why, even though some parties are given some benefits, right, from economic perspective, economic point of view, there is a problem, lamai. Why? Finally, Putavi, this occurs due to the all benefits. No, the cost of subsidy is greater than all benefits. Lamai. Did you get the point? It has benefits and also cost, lamai. Who incurs the cost? Government, lamai. Finally, Puta, this cost is greater than what? Benefit gained by all parties. All parties mean mainly producers and consumers. That, yeah. Okay, the lamai. So the cost, I'll repeat, cost on subsidy incurred by the government is greater than benefits to the economy, lamai. That difference is called loss in. බලන්න ක්ලියර් මේක මෙහෙම හරියන්නේ නැහැ ළම එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න හරිද කොහොමද වෙන්නේ ඩයග්‍රෑම් එක යූස් කරන්න ක්ලියර්ද ඕකේද ළමයි බලන්න දීප්නා okay
Okay, sir.
okay dipna
Okay, sir.
right Puda, there's a small part not a small it takes more than 1 hour that how incident of subsidy is distributed among consumers and producers lamai I'll be doing that part on Wednesday okay the lamai please join the class kalana dipna coming on Wednesday
Yes, sir.
Ambuda, that part is really important. That the last part of subsidy, then we can move on into price control policies. Wednesday, 7:30, yeah, 7:30 to 9:30. Right. Okay, Lamai, that's enough today. Thank you for coming. Bye. See you next day. Next day.
Thank you, sir. Goodbye.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Record.